Seek the lofty by reading, hearing, seeing great work at some moment every day. Surround yourself by greatness. That's the key point. Quote of the day. And now let's get right to the chart. XRP by request. Looking at XRP against Tether on the daily chart. Then we're going to zoom out, look at the weekly and the monthly as well. Support zones, support and resistance levels. That's kind of what we're going to focus on. And let's get right to it. So support zone in the yellow, resistance zone in the green, right? Why is it green? Well, if you flip that level to the upside, you're going to get some running room. So we're going to look at all this in depth on, multiple scales right now. So first and foremost, right, because we're closest to it, we're under all the moving averages. So we got to lean a little bit more bearish. Anytime your coin is under all the moving averages right off the bat, you should be leaning towards the bear side. By definition, right? You're underneath all the previous moving averages, the moving averages of said time, right? 8, 14, 21, 34, 50, 100, and 200. That's kind of a ribbon that I have. You can see at the top here, real nice, clean, and easy, and it moves with your cursor there. So support zone that we've hit all the way back since June, starting around 32 cents, going all the way down to about 28, 29 cents. And the more touch points you have on a line or a zone, right, the stronger that area is. And how many do we have? Well, we have an area back in, just recently, a couple days ago, right? Again, November, previously September, and all the way back to June, where we kind of built our little base support zone here. So if we zoom out here, this becomes a little bit more of a clear level, and then you start to see other levels. So if we break, said 28 cents and make a new low, it doesn't mean we have to go down to the next zone, but it does certainly increase the odds of doing that. So why do we have a zone here? Well, you got to zoom way out, right? And you got to look at all the touch points previously hit in this zone, right? The more touch points, the better, right? The highs, the lows, the closes, the opens, and then you see this kind of meltdown zone, right? So if we lost that zone, then we're probably looking at some kind of event similar to this, right? So that was the pandemic. I'm not saying that that's going to happen again, but look, if you lose these key support levels and zones, those are likely just increasing your odds of going to the next said level. So when you start to zoom out this far, you can lose a little bit of clarity, as you're probably doing. So let's zoom out to the weekly chart and then kind of refocus our efforts here. So now we have weekly moving averages and weekly support zones, still very similar levels, even on the weekly chart. Sometimes on certain coins, you'll see different zones and levels on the daily are quite different than the weekly and different from the monthly. And we're going to see the XRP is very similar on, multiple time charts. So that's, a good thing, at least for being able to remember those certain levels. So 30 cents seems to be about the give zone for the weekly support at the local level here. So not only that, but we are still under all of our weekly moving averages as well as our daily moving averages. So what haven't we done? You want to see your coin, especially XRP, do things that it hasn't done in a while for you to be getting a little bit more bullish. And XRP, although it is capable of making excellent runs, and as you can see, not a lot of coins can just randomly go up 40% in a given week. XRP does do that because it has extreme volatility at times, right? It has a massive army behind it, and that's the plain and simple case for it. So what would be the key level? Well, the breakout level, right? Look at the weekly resistance zone here. So if we get super bullish again and we come up and test this 50 cent level, you need to be aware that it's got some work to do, right? 60 cents. If we get above 60, we can have some running room here, right? We could potentially kind of double that relatively quickly and at least charge, this 90 cent area local tops here. But that's a lot of effort. Why? Because, well, look at all the moving averages we have to do, right? We have to cut through all these, including the biggest 200-week moving average here in the pink. So 47 cents, if we can get above that, then we're likely going to at least give it a true test of this 50 to 60 cent area, and then we can, break out to the upside. But we are in a bear market, crypto-wide, right? Not just XRP, everything included. So we need to be aware of that and give it the odds that this needs to try to hold. This is where our focus needs to be here and not so much here. But if we have a rally up in the next handful of weeks, or months, right, this level will still hold. So keep that in your mind. If we break 30 cents, right, we're likely going down to 20 to 17, 20 cents. That's just the area based on the charts of most people buying and selling in that zone. Now, yeah, you could argue that maybe we go up, you could extend this up, and you see on the weekly chart, there's your closing candle, there's your closing candle, right, for the buys. So yeah, you can maybe extend this up a little bit, and maybe you even have a couple zones in here, right? You have kind of this area as well, right? This is kind of, you could also kind of drag this over, right? You could kind of fiddle around with this and make it your own, right? This is just loosely based support zones to help benefit you. If you wake up and see, XRP at whatever price, you can, feature this, write these down, write these levels down. These are the most important levels. We've been playing with this level since June. So keep this in mind. This is a huge level. We do not want to break 30 cents with a closing candle on the weekly, right? So let's zoom out to even the bigger candle, and let's the chart, excuse me, and we'll see. Looking at, these are non-adjusted, right? These are holding relatively true even on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So these are going to be big levels for sure. You can see this major support zone down in here, right? That's our lowest closing candle for XRP in history, down here at around 17 cents there. So yeah, we do not want to be messing with that. Let's just go ahead and hold here, and we could put in a macro level, multi-year higher low, right? That would be great if we could just hold this for the rest of the bear cycle and then kind of move up from here. Then XRP has a great chance to, not only take out all-time highs, but make for, spectacular rallies based on super chart formation, right? This is what you'd want to look for on the bigger picture, right? Years, putting higher lows, then maybe we can put in some higher highs as well, right? Getting this bigger channel for the bigger picture, right? So monthly support zone, there you go. Still holding true. We're still okay. We're under all the moving averages on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly. So note that if we have a rally, right, you want to look at multiple time frames and see, are we at the 8-month EMA? Are we at the 8-week EMA? Are we at the 8-day EMA, right? Watch those moving averages because that's where a lot of swing traders, that's how they make their money. I mean, it's no coincidence that these candles close and interact right exactly, the wicks going right to these moving averages, the closes going right at the moving averages, right? Just open your eyes. Sometimes the best information is right in front of you, hidden in plain sight. So that's XRP on some of the biggest charts, right? The monthly, the weekly, the daily, that's where your focus is in the bear market. Watch for key flip levels, watch for support zones, and, survive the bear market and you'll live to tell the tale, right? So quote of the day, you saw it at the beginning. Car of the day, might as well get to it. Porsche 911 GT3, right? I just so happen to have one. Coincidence. I mean, it looks pretty similar there. The only difference, look at the wheels on this one. It's got like yellow rims. I kind of like it. That's kind of like magnesium wheels on that one, but I'll take it. Yellow is my favorite supercar color. And yeah, if anybody looking for some late Christmas gifts, I'll take it. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Go XRP, go crypto. It's the worst chant ever.